Hi everybody, namaste. So I just spent an extraordinary amount of time trying to find the song that I wanted to do this video for. So I'm not going to do too much talking. We're just going to do a practice tonight, a Dr. Bali practice. Because Dr. Bali, my guru, my teacher, he designed this method to be done quickly. Actually, not necessarily quickly. It's supposed to be done really slowly, but it's a short sequence, so it can be done quickly. But the longer that we sit in it, the longer that we do it, and taking our time and doing it really slowly, it really does reharmonize your system. It brings you back into balance. It brings both brain hemispheres back into balance because we focus our attention on one leg and then the other leg and then both legs together, which actually incorporates the balance within us. And then we add a few more difficult postures at the end to really just bring a combination of circulation and change in perspective before we actually lie still and really get in touch with the space in our heart. That space where we can enter that's between our thoughts. So he designed this and taught it in the yoga teacher training to be a quick and easy method that we could teach to others to help them return to balance. So I like to teach it and incorporate it with music. And it came to me recently as an inspiration. Well, obviously I do all of my videos to music, but it came to me to talk a little bit more about vibrations and how the power of harmonics in the healing process, and the power that harmonics can have on our cells. And so our cellular makeup can be entrained with a slow practice and a song that we're listening to, which will bring also balance back. And this song came to mind because it's my favorite, actually Indian mantra. And Krishna Das is my favorite singer for chanting. Because when I worked eons ago, when I worked at the Thai massage school, my first task was to create the music for the classes. So Kam Thai had given me like a big stack of CDs, hundreds of CDs to go through to listen to, create playlists for our different courses. Because we taught Thai massage in yoga schools over the course of intensive weeks. So every day we would have a different playlist. But my favorite in all of them was Krishna Das, because Krishna Das's voice, I find just the resonance of his voice so extremely soothing. Now this could be a personal taste, but he's quite popular, so I think it's very soothing to a lot of people. And his tone, really the resonance really can wake up your heart space. And I don't know why I've been thinking so much about Eddie Vedder lately, but he's one of my favorite singers also for his voice. And I know that Krishna Das is a big fan of Eddie Vedder. And a friend of mine had posted something on my Facebook today about Eddie Vedder, so I had him in mind. And I wanted to do a video to his song, Just Breathe, because I find Eddie Vedder's spiritual progress and spiritual growth very interesting. And I was hanging out with a friend on the weekend, and she was asking me about this because she had watched an Eddie Vedder interview with a surfer in Hawaii, Laird Hamilton. And I just watched a little bit of it. And she was saying, why do you think that, throughout grunge and throughout rock and with Chris Cornell passing and Kurt Cobain passing, why did Eddie Vedder stay strong throughout it all? And I went on and started going on about how he was Capricorn Earth sign and how he had Pisces in his chart and how he was just spiritually inclined. But I know that he had a big affinity to surfing, and I started talking about the surfing and the ocean, and she was just like, Michelle, you're freaking me out, because I was talking about all the things that were talked about in this interview that he just did with Laird Hamilton. I just watched the beginning of it, and he was saying they had just done a helicopter ride around Hawaii, around the Big Island, and they had seen a circular rainbow. Imagine that. Imagine seeing that. And he was just lit up as he was talking about it. And you can't go, I don't think, to Hawaii and not have a sense of spirit once you're there. So his awareness of spirit in the world, I think, is what has kept him going. And I know he's done a lot of his work on Into the Wild and writing that soundtrack, and his work with Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. And I know that he loves the ukulele, he loves the tabla, and he's done a lot of healing work with resonance and vibrations. And so Eddie Vedder is my favorite artist to talk about that. To use as an example for his spiritual growth through music. So when we lie down and do a practice of Dr. Bali, if we're feeling in a state of over worry, because the Dr. Bali method is really aiming at rewiring your neural pathways, but this is hard work. Or it's work that we don't actually want to take the time to sit down and do. But we're not going to progress in life unless we do the work, because we'll realize as we try to progress that we keep getting triggered, and these are triggers from past wounds and past traumas that we carry with us. So the goal in sound healing is to really get into a deep state, and mantras, the repetitive mantras, are really to get you into a hypnosis state where you forget about your ego and you can really just fall into your soul, fall into that heart space, calm down, and get out of the survival stress and into the relaxation response. Because when we're relaxed is actually when we can heal. So no matter what, you cannot heal in a stressful situation. We have to come to a relaxed state. And so music helps with that. And when we listen to the Indian chanting and it opens up the vibrations of the heart, it also, as we chant, opens up the throat chakra and helps us get used to hearing the sound of our voices in a repetitive manner, so it gets stronger and stronger, and this energy within us gets really warm and heated up, and it can really transmute a lot of negativity through the throat chakra and heart chakra. So I recommend Krishna Das. You can follow him on Thursday nights on Facebook. He does a live chanting session. I think it starts at 7. But all in all, Eddie Vedder, I wanted to do a video to his song Just Breathe, to just get us to calm down and understand that part of the process of rewiring. And when these traumas are triggered and they come back up, we have to really face them and sit in them in a safe space, and then take the time to retrain your thoughts, retell your story in a positive light. Within a safe space, this is possible. So then once we're retelling that story, we won't carry future trauma into our future. And really, when we're listening to these repetitive mantras, which are trying to get us out of the way of ourselves, they're trying to get us out of the ego mind and into our soul, where we actually can realize the moment and really sit in the present moment. And this is where we can have gratitude and where we can find joy and peace and all of the higher virtues and the higher vibrations. So through sitting in the practice, forgetting our egos, really falling into the moment, really falling into your heart space, really letting all of the stress and the worries go, and we really get into the relaxation response. This is when we're truly using the sound to heal, the yoga practice to heal, and the moment, and just being in the present moment. And when we're in the present moment, we realize that everything is transient, everything comes and goes, nothing is permanent. And if we can really actually understand that and accept that, we come to a place of surrender and peace within. In India, a practice amongst the elderly and the dying is to walk to Varanasi, is to say goodbye to their family and to actually do the pilgrimage walk to Varanasi with the cremation grounds by the river, by the Ganges River, so that they go and they pass away alone. Because any attachments to this earth will hold us back. And so they gracefully say goodbye to their family and take the walk on their own, to leave the earth on their own. And this is a spiritual practice where we realize not to be overly attached to things of this earth, that everything comes and goes, ourselves included. And in really realizing that, we can get, I guess, really sad, but we can also just accept it. So the switch is in our perspective on whether or not we're going to live in sadness and fear of death, or in the miracle of life and understanding and accepting the non-permanence of everything. So as we can really rest, get out of our stressful minds after a long day, we can lie down on our mat. So pause the video, get into something comfy, and we're going to listen to this song, which isn't Just Breathe by Eddie Vedder. But because I had that song on my mind, I found the song I was looking for, which I don't know if I ever would have found it, because it's called Breath of the Heart. And once I found it, I was so happy to hear it again. It just flooded back so many peaceful memories of our yoga classes and Thai massage classes from very long ago, listening to Krishna Das, and grateful to Kamtai for having helped me discover Krishna Das and all of this spiritual music during that time that I got to uncover. So the song is a little bit longer, so we're going to go a little bit slower and really enter ourselves, our souls, and our peace, letting go of our ego, our past stories, and all of our stress. And we're just going to lie down and get in touch with the space between our thoughts, deepen our hearts, and listen to the breath of the heart. So as we do this, once we get into our calm space is where we can actually get into gratitude for the moment and raise our vibrations into the higher virtues of peace and joy and compassion and love and gratitude. So we'll lie flat and we'll go slow. The song is 6 minutes, so we'll do 6 rotations of everything, okay? Lying down. Big stretch. Light some candles. Enjoy your space. Starting on the left, leg up, and circles. 6 circles. In reverse. before we were speaking. Let's twist. Remember to breathe. Whatever comes up for you, feel it. And then retell your story to yourself. What lessons did you learn? How have you grown? Be grateful and release. The sun just makes me happy. See, it's already bringing happiness. Raising my cellular vibration. And yours too, I hope. Start to go faster as the sun goes faster. Raising the harmonics of ourselves. Bringing light into ourselves through the sound and healing it. And slowly down for the last one. Hold. Flooding your system with dopamine. And pull in. So rolling up into the shoulder stand. Here we're going to do the hip raises. Getting good circulation into the hips. Okay, we're going to end in the semi-bridge. so happy to listen to that again. Alright, we're going to take a couple seconds in Savasana and really let everything settle back down. Really having felt everything come alive there. Find that space between your thoughts. You're back in balance, back in homeostasis. Forget about all your worries and just enjoy the peace of this present moment. So stay lying down in meditation for as long as you can. Take the time you need to retell your story and be grateful for all of life's lessons. That job that I had working at the massage school for Kamtai ended up being quite a difficult challenge in my life after all, but I am still very grateful for that experience. And as our lives unfold, we get the wisdom to look back and be grateful instead of have sorrow or have regrets or feel like a victim. And any time that you find yourself in your day-to-day overly stressing or looking too much towards the future or living too much in the past, come and do a practice. Sit yourself down, lie down, do a quick Dr. Bali session, put on some music, get into the present moment, forget about your stress, and retell yourself about your day, reprocess it, and say, what did I learn? Not how hard was it? And realize how strong you are because of everything that we go through. So everything is a blessing. Everything is there to teach us. And nothing is permanent. Everything comes and goes. And so this too shall pass. And really try to stay in relaxation because that's the most healing place to be. And if you can, settle into a meditation practice where you can clear yourself of your old traumas and work towards healing them. And that way we can raise our vibrations into the higher virtues of love and gratitude and joy, and then we're able to move forward in health and peace in the breath of our hearts. Namaste. Lots of love.